Hey everyone, Kelly Dean Allen here once again. Today going to show you guys how to play Rain by The Cult from their 1985 album Love. We are in standard tuning for this tutorial and this one starts like this. So we're starting with a D chord here, not really worrying too much about the high E string initially. Best to hold this D chord with your middle finger on the 2 of the G and your pinky on the 3 of the B, because we're going to be dropping off to a D7. And in that case, you just have to lift your pinky off that 3 and drop your index on the 1. So we're just going to ride down this D chord here on the D, G, and B string. Let it ring, right? And then you drop into the D7. Lift your pinky, drop your index on the 1. And let that ring, right? Then we drop into a C chord, just on the A, D, and G string, ride down those 3 strings, and then up to G. Same thing, right? Just ride down the low E, the A, and the D string, and that's the first half. Now we're going to repeat that, but we're going to embellish the initial D chord and the C chord. So we're going to actually drop into a D minor chord here by dropping our index on the 1 of the high E, ride down the bottom 4 strings, or the top 4 strings, sorry. And then grab that 1 and lift it off to open E. Then we drop back into that D7. Then we drop into a full C chord, ride down the 4 middle strings. Grab that 1 off to open B, and then back into G. Played the same way we played it the first time. And that is the opening refrain of this one. D7, into C, up to G, into D minor, D7, full C, into G, and then we hit that little lick there. Not really a lick, is it? Just a little filler between the opening refrain and the main melody line, right? But 6 onto 8 of the B string. Now then, the main melody line here. We're going to be playing that, but we're going to be playing it along with the open D string, but I'm going to show you all the notes first. All going on the G string, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12, right? We're going to start on the 10 of the G, and we're going to go off to 9 and then off to 7 with a double hit. Then you're going to go back 10, 9 again, off to 5, slide it into 12. And then you're going to go 10, 9 again, back off to 5. You're going to hit that 5 a couple of times, drop onto 7, into 9, off to 7, back to 5, back to 7, right? And that's the melody line. Right, but like I said, we're going to be droning along on the open D string with this, but it's a little bit tricky because you have to mute the D string but not the G string as you're playing this. Otherwise, the D string is going to drown out the G string like this. Right, that's playing along with the D string, but all you can really hear is the D string, right? Like 75%. So you kind of have to palm mute the D string, but not the G string, and that's a little bit tricky. Right, you can hear that G string a little bit better that way. Plus, he's also doubled it up, right? So that's what he's playing, because I've listened to the isolated guitar track of this one, and you can hear that D string droning along with all of these notes. It's also the way he plays it live when he's just by himself as one guitar, right? But you kind of have to palm mute that D. Like I said, he's doubled that up in the studio with just single notes. give it a little more weight and you can hear it a little more clearly, right? So you're going to repeat that twice at the beginning of this track, and then we drop into the first verse. So we're going to drop into a D three-finger power chord here. We're just going to kind of palm mute and ride this D power chord for a bit. Bum, 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 ba-da. You're going to jog it off to a quick C and right back to D. Bum, 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 ba-da, bum, 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 bum. Back to C and then up to G. Right, and you're going to repeat that twice. And then we're into the pre-chorus. So we're going to drop back into D, but we're going to drop into kind of a full D major bar chord here, and then we're going to go off to F major. Down to C, back to G, and repeat that twice. C, G, back to the melody line. Repeated twice. And then we drop into the second verse, but before the second verse gets underway, we're going to play this. We're going to drop back into this D power chord again. Bum, 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 ba-da. Do those little jogs off to C, right? Bum, 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 ba-da, bum. And you're going to repeat that like 3.5 times, right? Bum, 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 ba-da, bum, 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 ba-da, bum, 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 ba-da. And at this point, there's a big pick straight down the neck, and we drop into the second verse proper. Back into D, but now we're not really riding it palm muted, right? Now we're kind of strumming these Ds. And it's going to go off to C and up to G. Pre-chorus, D, F major, down to C, up to G, and repeat. Back into the melody line, right? I believe at this point they repeat the chorus twice. And then we drop into the bridge, and the bridge is just kind of more of the same, right? Right, that kind of business, droning along, just playing on the G string, right, within that same kind of scale. But now we're kind of on the open G, 2, 4, 5, 7, right, starting on the 7. And again, we're droning along with the open D string. So we're going to go 7, 5, 4, 2, open. With like triple hits. And then you're going to go open 2, 4. Back into 7. And then you're going to go 5, 4, 2, right? And that's the first half. Right? And then you're going to repeat it with a little variation at the end. Into 7. Now stay in 7. And you're going to go 7, 5, 4, right? So the first time we went 5, 4, 2 to finish the riff or the lick, and the second time we went 7, 5, 4, right? 5, 4, 2. Repeat. Now 7, 5, 4. Right? Second half of the bridge, we're going to drop into this for about 8 bars. Just holding a little bar here on the 7s, right? But you really just need to catch that 7 of the G and drop your pinky on the 10s of the B and the high E. That little D major triad, right? And you just repeat that for like 8 bars. And then we drop into the solo. And the solo is more of the same kind of deal that we've already been playing, right? right? That's the first half of the solo. So again, now we're back in this little box, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12, right? Starting on the 10, we're going to go 10, 9, 7 twice, along with the D, the palm muted D string. Right, so just 10, 9, 7, 10, 9, 7, little pause, then 10, 9, 7 again. We're going to drop back onto that 9, slide it into 12. And then 10, 9, 7 again, right? And then you're going to go 10, 9, 7 again, then off to 5 and back on to 7. That's the first half. So here are just the notes, right? Right, and then you're going to repeat with a little variation to kick it off. Right, so when you're repeating it, the first time we went too quick, 10, 9, 7s, right? The second time we're going to go ba, 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 and then drop into the exact same thing, right? So the first time we did that. The second time we did that, and then right, and then we're just back into the main melody line the same way we've been playing it all throughout the track. So that's the solo. And then we're just back into that melody line again, the same one we've been playing all along. And you're going to repeat it 4 times at the very end of this track. And right at the very end of the track, right, you're just going to go 5, 7, 9, 7, 5, 5, drop back onto that 7 along with the D string, let it ring, and that is the end of the track. And that is how you play Rain by The Cult. Certainly hope you enjoyed that, found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like button right down there. Maybe drop me a subscribe if you haven't done that already, as that would be very kind. Hope you're well out there in your little guitar corner of the world, wherever that may find you, and we will see you next time. Cheers.